Hello,
Okay.
hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, great leaders from all over the world. I am so excited to see you in the meeting. We are happy that you are able to join us today, and please feel at home, feel wanted, feel welcome, and feel be excited that you're here today. We are going to have a great session today, being that it is the end of the year and great things are happening. We don't want to take it for granted that God has brought us to this end. Before we get to the exact things we need to do, we need to be discussing about, we need to be talking about, it is important for us to remember that we cannot do this by ourselves. And so let me request Jackson from Uganda to just say a word of prayer to prepare us to receive from our guests for the day. So Jackson, please go ahead and pray for us.
Okay. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's humble ourselves and we have a word of opening prayer. Thank you, Lord. We want to thank you, Jesus, for this moment of time, for giving us life and bringing the whole world together to discuss on the educational matters, which are very, very sustainable and very important for the world. Lord, I want to bless all the facilitators, all the presenters. I put them in your hands. And I want to request you, Lord, that all those who are struggling to join, they can now join on time through your Son. Father, in the name of Jesus, we want to thank you. We want to bind everyone to be one and create a difference in the education of this world. In the name of Jesus Christ, I prayed and believed. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you very
Amen.
much. And we are excited, really, really excited that everybody is here. I had requested Rup Sidana to just say hi and introduce himself. Maybe I can give him the opportunity to do that before we can continue. Rup, please introduce yourself
Yeah,
and say hi.
I'm I'm Dr. Roop Chidana. I'm a psychiatrist from India, and I'm here on invitation of the speaker, Dr. Aninda Sidana. I happen to be her father, and
Awesome. Thank you. The whole of India is
thank you.
here. Woo! Let me
Please.
also invite Linson. Linson is a student. Is it Moi University or Kisi University? Linson, please say hi to the team. Yeah, you're unmuted. Go ahead. Oh, sorry, we can't hear you. Allow me to invite Professor Balidawa from Moi University in Kenya to say hi to us.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this session finds you. I'm Joyce Balidawa. I'm at the College of Health Sciences, Moi University, Department of Mental Health and Behavioral Sciences. And I found this topic very interesting. I hope we'll be able to address the issues of well-being and sustainability, because that's what we really worry about, we concern ourselves about, and I'm looking forward to listening. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you very much, Professor, and thank you for joining the meeting. As we gather today, we actually stand at a sacred intersection, the crossing chapter of 2025. Woo! We are finishing 2025 in style. We want to thank God because it is not easy. The gentle unfolding of the Christmas season just in the next few days. This is actually a moment not just for a transition, but of deep reflection, gratitude, and renewed hope. This year, we have journeyed together across continents. We've had many, many speakers from across the world. We didn't just get speakers from one country, we got speakers from over 15 countries, cultures, classrooms, and communities. We are united by one shared conviction that education remains the most powerful tool for sustainable transformation. Week after week, we've showed up. We learned together, we questioned boldly, we listened deeply, and we dared to imagine a better world through education for sustainable development. Of course, Christmas reminds us of light in the midst of darkness, hope born in humble places, and love that calls us to serve beyond ourselves, and that is what we are doing. In that same spirit, the Global Alliance for Sustainability in Education exists. We exist to amplify voices, build bridges, nurture ideas, and ensure that no learner, no educator, no community is left behind, because we are leveraging on the global goals, global initiations, global policies, and so on and so forth. And so as we close this year, we do so with hearts full of gratitude, gratitude for every presenter who shared knowledge generously. Remember, we don't pay them. They do it with a lot of love. And that is why we are really, really, really very appreciative. Everybody who presented in the year 2025 as the Global Alliance for Sustainability in Education, we are grateful. Gratitude for every participant who showed up faithfully, because we want you to enjoy the session. We don't want you to be compelled to be here. We want you to be here because you want to be here. Because wanting to do something and having to do something are two different things. Wanting to do something, you will do it from your heart. You will appreciate the fact that you joined the meeting. We have gratitude for partnerships that crossed borders and broke silos. Gratitude for resilience, for growth, and the courage to keep going. As we step into Christmas and prepare for a new year, we carry forward a renewed commitment to teach with purpose, to lead with integrity, to innovate with compassion, and to build sustainable futures grounded in love, justice, and hope. May this season bring peace to our homes, rest to our spirits, and joy to our families, and clarity, of course, to the path shared ahead. May the work we do together continue to reflect the light we celebrate year in, year out. And so, on behalf of the Global Alliance for Sustainability in Education, the directors will be here and they will also be talking. We want to thank you for walking this journey with us. The work continues, and today we will continue celebrating and celebrating and celebrating together. And so as we go about the purpose of today, we will continue sharing purposefully, inclusively, and transformatively. Learning that speaks directly to the realities of our time and prepares us for sustainable futures. And so as we close the year and reflect on the journey we have taken together in 2025, today's session is both timely and strategic. It reminds us that innovation, digital competence, and human capacity are no longer optional. They're essential drivers of sustainable development. And so I would like to bring to you our facilitator for the day, Dr. Let me just get the name correctly because I don't want to I don't want to call her differently. This is, sorry, let me just go back to her bio. Allow me to go to get her bio quickly. Yeah, Dr. Aninda. Dr. Aninda, who
Yes.
is going to be our facilitator for the day. She is an assistant professor, mental health professional, and educator. She is a global goodwill ambassador of the Sustainable Development Goals, and she is a specialist when it comes to matters of women's mental health, psychosexual medicine, and human rights advocacy. Dr. Sidana brings over a decade of experience in psychiatry, women's mental health, stress management, and advocacy. She is widely recognized for her work in advancing mental health rights, gender equality, and inclusive well-being systems across diverse global contexts. She'll be talking to us about mental health, well-being, and sustainable education, why human dignity must be central to the Sustainable Development Goals. You are going to learn more about her even as she does the presentation. And so let me request, let me see if there is the other directors in the room. Let me
And what
request,
email
before
you the
Anita, before you come in, please, allow me to request, we like bringing our facilitators in style. Let me
I just want
request,
to email you the presentations.
okay, just, I've given you rights to be co-host.
No,
You
no,
can
no. I will
share.
you share, I will email you or
Okay,
WhatsApp you. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
just send me to my WhatsApp if you don't mind. Can you send it to
Yes.
my WhatsApp? It's easier.
Sure.
Yeah, just
Yes,
send
yes.
it to my WhatsApp. Mr. Liru, if you're in the room, please bring us our facilitator, Dr. Aninda Sidana. As I get the presentation.
Yes.
Donald Rilu, please unmute yourself. Are you able to just welcome our facilitator so that she may feel she's at home?
No, with
Okay, if Professor Balidawa, if you don't mind, because I can't see Ambassador Funnel, and probably Donald Liru is having a challenge.
I've just joined, Dr.
Oh, good, good. It's okay. I just wanted you to say hi to the team and appreciate the facilitator of the day so that we can start off. I'm fetching the presentation from WhatsApp.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. It's been a great time of the year. Now that we have, I think this should be the second last Sunday of this year.
Is it the second last or the last?
So let
Oh,
me
it's the
check. It's the
second last?
second last. The last one is 28th.
Oh, why was I thinking it's
Yeah.
the last one?
You're
Because
rushing it.
my birthday is just on Wednesday. I think I was closing the year
Oh
with all of
my.
you. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, thank you so much, Dr. Aninda Sidana. Thank you for connecting with us. We really appreciate. We take everything that we learn here seriously because it's what enables us to be effective at individual, at family, at community, and at global level. So thank you for coming, and even for those that have managed to join today, may this session, may this year be great for you. May you implement the learnings that you have picked from here when we start 2026, and that may it be a year of great manifestations in terms of the impact of sustainable development. So thank you. I look forward to a great session with you, and also in future, because I know this is not
Yes,
your
sure.
last time on this session. So thank you and welcome.
Thank you. I'm really grateful. I feel honored and grateful and to have been connected with Ambassador Christine Ogne. And I'm thankful to her. I will just message about the presentation. And first of all, I would like to know a few things like what are the today's session is about SDG 4, the quality education, role of quality education in empowering the communities and achieving sustainable futures. So what steps in your country are being taken up and what do you think about that? Yeah. And then I will start. Yeah.
Good. That is a good way of starting us off. It is an open forum. Please
Yeah.
share. What are you
Ideas
doing
you
in your country, basically? That is what the facilitator is asking. Anybody, please raise up your hands, open your mic, and speak. And Professor Ninda, Dr. Ninda, please let me know when you have sent it, whether you are using WhatsApp or email. I've shared my email address with you as well.
yes.
Yeah. So Khaled Muhammad.
Yes, hello. Yes,
Hello.
Khaled.
Yeah, tell us
Yes,
about your country. How are you working on the Sustainable Development Goal number 4? And which country are you coming from?
yes. I'm Khaled Hamid. You know me. I'm calling from Cairo, Egypt.
Okay.
Egypt. Yeah.
Yes, Egypt. And also, as you know, I am member in UNESCO. Actually, I work as a global sustainability future network. I am a coordinator for this from last year, and member also in UNESCO. I go around the world, especially in Africa, and also now I became a member in accreditation in global organization. It is named International Teacher Association. We will give accreditation for education for many courses there. I will share that in your global organization, Dr. Kristen. In 2026, it will be support for all Africa. Actually, we have many courses will be support for education and environment and everything there in this global organization. But about Egypt, actually, we are here very happy, and also about global sustainability. Actually, we have many things for education, many kind of schools like American schools, and also Japanese school now in Egypt. It's wonderful learning, but I still working and support for global sustainability around the world, especially in Africa. Thank you for this opportunity to be here in your group for this year, and I hope I will continue with you next year. That it was amazing work with you, Dr. Kristen. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let's get another country. Let's get somebody from another country telling us about their country. Uganda, where are you? The Minister of Education or Uganda?
Okay.
Ye-
In
Jackson?
Uganda, Jackson had spoken
Yeah.
earlier,
Mm-hmm.
probably just for the members who were not online by
Mm-hmm.
that time. I'm called Jackson Sanya. and work with the Ministry of Education and Sports in the Department of Special Needs and Inclusive Education. Basically, we work on policy, and it's where we find education for sustainable development. And like we said earlier, in Uganda, we're implementing the CBC curriculum, where we have the competency-based curriculum being implemented in the lower secondary from senior 1 to senior 4. And so far, one of the achievements we have registered that we have had our students, the whole country, assessed in that competency-based curriculum. And if you go to the schools, other than the previous curriculum which we had, you find that students are now skill-based. They are doing a lot of skills. They are developing a lot of projects, and that's the element we've been missing in our curriculum. So you find that most of the students are going to come out of the schools when they have sustainable skills where they can stand alone to develop their own projects and work instead of relying on the white-collar jobs. And therefore, we think this competence-based curriculum has come to promote the sustainable education development for all in Uganda. And we are thinking, actually, we are not only thinking, but we even started initiating the review of the curriculum in higher education for senior 5 and senior 6, so that all the students also in the higher education, they can go competence-based. But whereas we're also developing from the primary level, where our primary cycle runs from primary 1 to primary 7, and you find that all the children, they are working following the competency-based curriculum, which was actually initially brought as the thematic curriculum, but emphasizing the competencies. But now we are reviewing that primary curriculum also to start implementing the CBC content. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and Doctor, thank you for that opportunity.
That was Uganda, sorry. Thank you very much. Where is Kenya? Anybody from the Ministry of Education in Kenya? What are you doing with Sustainable Development Goal number 4 and sustainable education?
Every country reached, because India has launched a new project, that is the Viksit Bharat 2047, to achieve all the goals. As in 2030 till 2030, it seems like all the goals will not be able to achieve. And I also wanted to know, like, what other SDGs are connected, because all the SDGs are interconnected. That is the beauty of the SDGs, 70 SDGs. They all are interconnected with each other. So that is also very important. The equality, then the peace and justice, everything is connected, and everything, all the SDGs are mostly interconnected. So just like picture of the Kenya, I wanted to know.
Good. Yeah. Who is going to talk on behalf of Kenya? Ghana, if you are in the room, anybody from Ghana can speak, anybody from Nigeria can speak, anybody from Canada can speak, America, whichever country you are coming from. Kenya, where are you? I want somebody.
Yeah, let me say something. Although,
yeah.
Can I say something, Doctor? Yeah, though I know there are people who have more authority in terms of education in this country, but we have done a lot in terms of improving the competency-based education and enhancing quality and equity. The government has done a great effort in terms of building new classrooms and enhancing the technology space so that we can have education reaching to everyone in the community, irrespective of their geographical location, irrespective of their any impairments. Like, for example, it's possible for people who are physically impaired in any way, autistic, I mean, the quality of education they get is just as good as what every other person is getting. And that is from the lower levels of learning to the higher levels of learning. we've had improvements in infrastructure, although we still have quite a long way to go. And what I've seen the government do in terms of skilling teachers for not just for the competency-based education, but it usually happens almost every time. I know there are people who can speak competently about it and with authority, but I think Kenya, we've done great steps in terms of building capacity for teachers, for students, and every other person in that circle. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I wanted like who was speaking. I could not know like the camera can be on. Like who was speaking? Like
Yeah, it is always good to have the camera on.
Yeah, that was me. That was me speaking.
Okay. So first of all, like there is nothing like less educated or high educated or we all are equal. So first thing is all, and whoever is doing the smallest effort also means a lot. And you are doing anyway such a great thing. So that is, so just that I wanted to tell, like the starting, like you said, like you are not, maybe there are people which are more competent. So it's not like that. Everyone is equal. So just
Okay, which presentation do you want me to project? The first one or the second one?
uh, any you can project like anything, but I will send you in between. Yeah, this one, because it focuses on the India's.
This one?
Yes. And I will send you another one in just few minutes, but that is like what I believe like that has to be used mostly.
Okay.
Few things are there in that, yeah. So first of
Perfect.
all, we have all we all know about the United Nations Sustainable Developmental Goals. There are 17 UN SDGs, and by 2030 we have to achieve them. But it looks like a far-fetched picture for some of the goals, especially the gender equality. I believe that is not being achieved yet. As equal pay, there was a United Nations gender-based violence activism going on, and the data also showed that the goal has not been achieved fully. And about the quality education, it has started, and even the India, in India we have made the Niti Ayog, which is the planning commission mainly, and the think tank we can call. So that think tank actually has come up with very good regulations to integrate the emotional regulation classes in the school and all those, because I believe the healthy beginnings and hopeful future. The healthy beginning, how it can be when you start teaching your children about the healthy behavior, healthy emotions, to name their feelings, and also how to the coping skills and the resilience, coping skills, the naming the feelings, emotions, life skills. That is much more important than knowing about the general knowledge or intelligence quotient. So emotional quotient, and that all starts from the childhood. So raising our children right is the key. And in every school there should be a mentor mentee session in which a student is comfortable sharing what he is going through or any emotional problem he has, they can share. So those emotional skills are to be taught. That is the beginning. That will be a healthy beginning, and then we can have a hopeful future. That will be healthy children, healthy adults, and everyone will be having healthy relationships, and no issues will be there. And also there have been few examples of the green schools. In Dehradun there has been one green school which has been established, and in Faridabad also they are just about to establish that. There is zero waste, and all things like they have started taking care of it, and it is a green school. So every country should come up with that, because the environment is also one very important aspect to attain the sustainable future, for the sustainability. And the best part of sustainability, to attain sustainability we all have to connect, then grow together and make an impact. And that is the beauty, and that I thank Dr. Ambassador Christine for making this, everybody come together from all the countries and learning from each other. So I am really grateful to you, and you are always encouraging and very kind. Thanks a lot. So we can begin, like the SDG 4, it is basically quality education. So next. So, introduction and what is the SDG 4 as the in the schools, then what are the targets and the goals? It is of the Indian picture mainly. And what are the challenges? And then I would be like to talk about the solution mainly. As because in India, there are lot of villages, rural area, poverty is one thing. Everybody cannot afford a high school. And there is a lot of discrimination in study also, as everyone is not English speaking is only also not a difficulty for the people who are in villages and children who are in villages and not able to get the English speaking school. So they get anxiety issues and difficulties when they have to go out. So that equality should be there, and in government schools also, all those things should be started at the even the basic levels at least. And everyone should be treated equally, and children who are good in studies, they can be promoted to a private to better schools, and the better education or scholarships can be given later on. So that is the one issue which has to be tackled. So equality for everyone, and everyone has a right to education. If a person child is not able to go, I mean, like some children we get like autistic, they refuse, school refusal is common in them, then it should not be like the classes are discontinued. They can continue the school home from home by online, because technology has developed a lot. They should not be left behind. So first is United Nations Sustainable Developmental Goal is leave no one behind. It's about taking everyone together and leaving no one behind. So even if a child is autistic or uh, any disability is there, a person is not able to go, then the homeschooling should be there. If technology is not available, then teachers can go to home. And rather, Indian government has come up with the plan also. They are distributing the technologies and computers and all to the poor people, so they can leverage everything. Yeah. So education, first of all, is the key to bring the change in the nation. For every, it's a fundamental right. Everyone has a right to be educated, and it is the key which can bring the change in gender equality, in emotional intelligence, even empowering the nation, and also especially being a women mental health. I also say that when you teach a woman, you teach a whole village, because she is definitely going to pass on that knowledge. So don't leave the girls behind in education. Always take care of them. Their education is also very important. And a one girl, when she is taught, she is definitely going to one teaching one girl. It means you are teaching a village. She is going to help everyone else to empower. And education empowers the individuals and also give them the skills to speak about the biases or speak about their own rights what they have. We have to educate them, and the education empowers them. Then there should be the global commitment, which is rooted in declarations, and minimum millennium developmental goals and sustainable developmental goals are the extensions of that only. And the impact is basically the climate, health, the COVID-19 which had come, tsunami, and all the emergencies which are coming. They are because of the climate crisis, and it impacts education also a lot. There is a lot of absenteeism, then a lot of financial loss, illnesses which come up. So we have to take care of our climate also. So that's why I say all the SDGs are interconnected, and then the artificial intelligence we can take help of for teaching better. And we can move on to next. So the laying the foundation is basically first lay the foundation to leave no one behind. That is universal education. Even there was a 10 days back, there was a universal health coverage day, that no one should be left behind in health coverage. Everyone should have access. So similarly, no one should be left behind in universal education. That starts from the basic, that is the quality primary and secondary, in which ensuring the free, equitable, and quality primary and secondary education for all the boys and girls. That even the schools in the very small rural areas also should be equipped, and teachers should have that passion that yes, we have to bring the change. And a teacher who makes the child curious enough to learn, that inspires. You don't have to answer all, you just have to inspire a child, and that will ignite the change. So ignite a change by changing one person at a mind at a time. That will one change, one igniting change is basically one mind at a time. It will create a ripple effect. So definitely it's the duty of the teachers also, and Anganwadi workers. Here we have Asha workers. I don't know like what you call in other countries. So those also, they have to primary education, they have to impart from the beginning. And then the early childhood development is very important, because nowadays, because of the lifestyle changes and late pregnancies, there are too many neurodevelopmental problems and neurodiversity issues coming up in the children. And we have to be DEI, that is diversity, equity, inclusive, which is still on papers, which has to come in action. And everyone should be treated equally. Every child, as they said, like autistic children are also being treated with the same compassion. And compassion is the key. And it's not that they can't learn, they can learn. It's just the teacher should have a bit of patience and listening capacity. Time should be given. They demand little bit more time and few skills which can be imparted to them. And also the parents should be psychoeducated about the problems. Then the fair post school access, that is about, there are a lot of competitive exams for which, and the private colleges are there. So those private colleges fees now system has changed. So everyone should be equal. At least reservation should be removed also, that a child who is actually capable of doing, we can promote that child and give them the scholarship. And also, because shutting down the private schools and private colleges is not a solution for the economy, we have to go that also, because that is also for the nation's empowerment. So that is not the solution, but at least it should be fair. And the child who is capable, who is deserving, he can be taken up in the best college despite having the fee. The government should have that set up, that to promote the children. So once you promote a bright child, definitely that will have a brighter future for your government, for your country. It will be better, and it will empower everyone. And employability skills and the life skills should be taught to everybody. Next. So it is the foundation, like everyone should be equal, and fostering equity and responsible global citizens. So mainly every citizen should have this in the mind, that the moment he started, like he is doing such a good work, but then also sir said like someone else must be motivated. So no difference between anybody. Even one person can bring a ripple effect by just being compassionate, by just being aware of the rights and aware of being the equality, diversity, and like treating everyone equal. So inclusivity, global citizenship, and sustainable developmental knowledge is the key. So that is the very important part. Next. Next. So inclusivity and, as I said, all the SDGs go hand in hand. So inclusivity and gender equality. In many countries, it has been seen that girls are not being sent to school. Or if a girl wants to become doctor in a family, there are three children, and a family is financially not well, they will say, oh, okay, girl can sit at home and get married, but a boy should become a doctor. They will be ready to give the fee of the boy, but not the girl. Why? That equality should be eliminated by teaching everyone that a girl is not a, it's not a sin to give birth to a girl. And nowadays there is no difference between a girl and boy. Everyone can do, can achieve better, and all are equal. So all means all. And eliminating the gender disparities and ensuring the equitable access for the vulnerable groups, and including person with disabilities. Disabilities are, there are invisible disabilities also, which are more uh, difficult, because those people don't get the compassion. Invisible disabilities like neurodiverse people, then even that is not a disability, but the LGBT people get a lot of treatment, which is like uh, stigma. And so that also should be, that is an invisible pain they are carrying. Then people having fibromyalgia, and children having some somatic issues or some invisible problem, like mental health problems are there in children also. So those, it's like just because they are carrying it well with a smile, it doesn't mean that their burdens are not heavy. So just because it's invisible and not seen, it doesn't mean that the pain is not there. So that compassion and diversity should be there to include everyone inside. And universe literacy and numeracy that ensure all the youth should be literate enough by 2030. And monetary literacy, financial literacy is important. And nowadays there are a lot of programs by the government also everywhere in all the countries. The STEM education has come up for the women to empower them, to the financial literacy programs, that is also important, which will lead to in the end the gender equality, inclusivity, and the bright future. And education for global citizenship, that is skills for sustainable development, human rights, non-violence, peace, cultural diversity. So leave who is the prime minister, who is the health minister, but know about the basic humanity and basic things, because everybody will change by the time children become older, when they need anything like that. So the most basic things have to be taught, that is the how a child, nowadays children are being raised by the digital media, which has to be controlled. And child should be taught about the earlier, the traditions. In every country it was there, the respect for the elderly, respect for parents. Nowadays children are more into the doom scrolling. And so that basic compassion, basic respect, humanity, empathy, all that has to be taught and imparted in the schools. In digital media, trend has to be changed. The it has to be controlled, and responsible reporting of suicide and responsible of by children, that has to be done. Because if the sensational reporting is done, it can create a effect that can lead to more increase in suicide rates. So it is very important, the media has a responsibility. And school education, it's like the basic skills, life skills, emotional regulation, relationship management, stress management, all these are more important first. Then comes the algebra and all, which is, anyways, I don't think how many of you have used that a square b square plus 2ab. I haven't used till now. So, and which country's capital is what. For that, child should be able to name, oh, I am having pain here, or I am feeling sad. Or he should have a respect for the other person, if even if the sexuality or gender orientation, because that is not a disease, it's a normal thing. So everyone is, there are also the human beings. So teach everybody the human rights to be taught first of all. The moral education earlier used to be there in class, in the schools. So that has to be brought back in the from the beginning. And comprehensive sex education is very, very important from the beginning. It's not like, but yes, it depends on the age. And what the age, how we decide is the culture of the country. In India, in Delhi, Mumbai, of course, we can start the sex education by the age of 5, or US, you can start it by the age of 4 or 5. But in India, if we go to the rural places and start it at the age of 5, parents are going to kick us out that you are spoiling our children, because they are not aware of all those things, anyways. So it has to be tailor based approach for everybody, for all the societies, because every culture, every society is different, but still everyone has equal rights. And the comprehensive sex education is the key. They should be taught the menstrual education, basic menstrual education, and menstrual hygiene. It is the from the beginning, I have seen, like in biology class, or teacher also jumps the textbook chapters. Oh, why to read that, why to teach this? Why? It's the part of the body, there is no shame. And you educate a, so comprehensive sex education about that masturbation is not a myth. Many men suffer, many children suffer because of that. And what is sexuality, what is orientation? A girl goes through a lot of hormonal changes when she's growing up. So the pubertal changes, the changes in her breast development, and the face facial hair, what all these are coming. So if she is taught that it is because of the hormonal and you are reaching puberty, she will be comfortable. If they are not aware of that, then the digital media is there to teach them that size zero or the fair and no hair at all in the on the face, that is the perfect thing. So they will, so comparison comes in and comparison steals the joy from your life. And the children should be taught from the beginning about comprehensive sex education. That is the duty of the it that, and comprehensive sex education should be divided in three parts, like how it should be imparted by the teachers, what is the role of parents to teach them, and what is the role of the doctors to teach. So it has to be divided by all. It is the duty of everybody, not only the parents and not only the teachers and not only the doctors. So everyone has a different role, because a parent can have more comfort with the children because he has experienced it, and a doctor can have more comfort with the children because he has experienced it.
Um, Doctor, we can't, I think we lost you or something.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Now I can hear you.
uh, you were not able to hear.
Just for a few seconds, not really much, which is okay. You were talking about comprehensive sexual education, and I was actually at
Yes.
that point, I was like, maybe some people will have issues, maybe some people will have questions because we have some religions who said no, like they don't
So if
want that to be given to children in school. How are we going to deal with that? Because it's really, really very, very important because some
yes,
parents are not comfortable talking to their children about their sexuality. Yeah,
yes,
personally, I want to thank my mother because she was very candid. She started very early. She used to check our pants. The moment you
oh,
hang your pants, she goes there to check if there is any stain, to teach you how to wash your pants, to teach you how to clean yourself. In case you've started the periods, she was really keen to know that have you started? Have you started? Yeah. So not all parents will be like that.
yes.
And
Very
some
few
religions have
talk about.
refused that their children should not be taught about these things. What do we do? So even as you continue with the conversation, I think it's becoming sweeter and sweeter. Yeah, just continue. And
Like
in case of anybody
I,
wants
I,
maybe to ask a question in the process, I'll be checking the
yes,
chats. In case of anything, I will let you know.
and I usually like the presentations. I believe they are theoretical thing more. So I
Mhm.
usually talk about the practical aspects,
Okay.
and I believe like it should be made interactive, and everyone is free to ask the questions, because that is why I said that comprehensive sex education should be culturally appropriate, age appropriate. Because age also depends on different culture, different religion, and different cities and different countries. As I gave the example, in India, Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, you can talk about sex very early age. But if you come to my town or some smaller town, the parents are only going to kick us out. And that is definitely going to be like, it is a, because that is a bigger global board game also going on along with the sustainable developmental goals. All the economies are fighting to achieve that. But we have to make a balance, not only to go into the economical growth, but to achieve these goals with the compassion and the empathy and the rights of the human beings. So if
Yes.
you start teaching and imparting the sex education toolkits they are preparing, so that is a global game, just for the finance purpose. It cannot be imparted everywhere.
I think
Everything has to be.
this Anita has touched my heart because I work with small children here in Canada, and one time when I was outside watching them during recess, there was a child who was crying, a very small child, actually she's in grade 1. Then when I went asking, why are you crying? Then she was explaining without fear, like, I have a crush on so and so went telling him, and I was like, crush, what do you mean? He, I want him to be my boyfriend. I'm like small kids because they're learning from the internet. They're learning these things because probably the teachers are not talking about these things in class. The small kids don't understand why. Probably it's not age appropriate for them to start having boyfriends at that early age, to start fighting, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, just continue.
So of course, yeah, a girl, it's like that is also the where there's a lot of difference in raising a girl and raising a boy.
Mhm.
Many girls are being raised on the survival mode they are there, and boys they get the learned behavior from the parents about aggression. As seen in the adolescent movie, if you minutely see, even that was a Western country, but still a girl was on the survival mode.
Mhm.
And the low self-esteem, so that has to be changed. And the key is to raising your boys and girls right, to raise them in a way that a boy knows that every girl needs the same type of respect and love, the way he wants his mom and sister to be treated.
Mhm.
And a girl should know that she is not less than anybody, and she should never lose her worth and not accept anything less than what she deserves. So
Mhm.
these two imparted from the beginning of childhood. And also the being a manly, that redefining manhood, I always say from the school only nowadays. So that has to be started, because many movies, they all show nowadays macho man, and children grow up with that, as you said, like the crush nowadays. Dating and crush, we were not even aware about boyfriend girlfriend till we went to the college.
Mhm.
And nowadays even the 5-year-old boy can tell you, yeah, I have a girlfriend and a crush. So what happens when they see the media, the digital reels and the YouTube shorts? If an aggressive man is there, and even girls find that man very handsome, and they will say, oh my god, I want a boy like that, and boy will also be mimic that boy, and that causes a lot of problems. And because a girl doesn't know, if that boy comes in the real life, it's definitely going to be very difficult.
Mhm.
And so and storytelling is a very important, very powerful tool, and media is a powerful tool that can bring the change, and we have to use that. The movies should be, even the short movies, short films, reels, that should be made to teach about the emotions. What is joy, what is angry, what is uh, jealousy, what is pain, what is crying, all these things. And even about the respect, and how to treat the elderly, how to treat your peers, how to treat a girl, how to treat a boy. So all those small videos, that because media and that video has a storytelling, has a very powerful tool for
Mhm.
sex education. Definitely I believe media is a powerful tool. Once they bring it, it can normalize the things. And for that's why I have been using the media as a tool since last 1 year, for the gender equality, and to normalize the conversations around men's mental health, around, because I believe mental health cannot be spelled without men. So even if someone is feminist, that doesn't mean that men are to be left behind. And it is important for everyone. So I have been using the social media, so reels and the YouTube documentaries, small, like psychological causes of abuse, and it has actually given women the power to break the relationships, like to identify the red flags. So, and I have also made like how to raise your children. So that media, basically the podcasts I am doing. So if the movies start coming up, the short movies, that is definitely going to be a ripple effect, and a change is going to come, because children are most of the time on YouTube watching video, or even parents also most of the time. So that is very important. And nowadays it is not the time to make big movies, because nobody has that attention span. A small shorts also should have a good message in the end, like UNICEF and that UNDP and United Nations, everyone, like they should make small reels instead of the big videos or big lectures. And which even if a child is clicking up, he will come to know, like, yes, and that should be in a common language and a common scenarios examples, like a girl is sitting beside you, and or a girl in the school has got a period stain, so not to make fun of her, rather to tell her, like, so that education is very important, and that can be done through small videos. I believe it is very easy, that can be implemented. Because in schools, if you start going to take lecture, anyways children are going to get bored. Oh my god, what are they talking about? But if you show them the move videos, they will be happy and they will learn. So that is one thing, I believe. That is the thing to bring the change. I definitely believe in that. The media has a power to at least change the perception, if not shape the society fully.
Yeah, actually, the presenter we had last week was talking about how to leverage on social media, and thank you very much for putting some more emphasis on that. I think
Yeah,
we're going
definitely.
to have another session to really talk about how to make use of social media to communicate
Yes. So
some
not
of the
only
messages that we don't have the confidence to
yeah.
communicate with our children. That is
Yes.
powerful. Do you want me to move to the next slide?
Confidence. So I want to know, like, why you don't have the confidence to communicate your children, first of all. Yes,
Yeah.
Jordan. Yeah, tell me why. What,
Well,
like, example?
personally, I don't have any problem. But some parents, some teachers, the people who don't
What?
have that confidence, probably because of upbringing or culture or the environment, some things are forbidden. Like this is really very secretive. This is so private. We can't talk about this. Yeah. Sometimes some biology teachers skip some
I
topics.
told that they skip the chapters only.
Yeah,
Uh,
they actually skip. Those chapters are in their biology books, but they skip or they tell the children just go and read that topic and write notes because they don't want to talk about it. Yeah.
so
Maybe we can have participants saying something.
wants
Anybody
to tell
is
May I
free,
say
please
something?
raise up your hand. Omosa, go ahead, Daktari.
Yes. How
Dr.
are you,
Mosa,
Daktari?
we are fine,
Yes.
Dr. Omosa. Yeah.
Oh, the topic is quite contemporary.
Mm.
In the new or the modern society, parents are now able to tell even their, children of opposite sex what is needed in as far as sex education is concerned. But we have very conservative communities. Take an example of the Maasai, the James, generally the communities in Kenya, where if your daughter-in-law uses a given toilet, you cannot go to the same toilet. You see how it is taken, like the Samburu. These are research we were doing, that NGOs had built toilets for them. But a father says, I cannot go to the same toilet where my daughter-in-law goes. Or even the daughter-in-law cannot go to the same toilet. There are things that are considered as very sensitive, that especially men cannot tell their children who are of opposite sex that they're girls. And the mother may not speak to the boys. Maybe what we should do is to combine indigenous knowledge with the modern dispensation, whereby we used to have children while they are undergoing something like seclusion. They are taught by men how their bodies work. Women are the young women, the girls who are being guided. We have lost it to the modern society. Maybe what we need to do is to sensitize the teachers, let them change their approach towards sex education. Many governments are not out clearly to say what it is. then what may happen is like, suppose we have separation of the children for some parts of the sex education, but actually our teachers need to be trained. Let them learn that these are just body parts and each has got a given function. There needs to be kind of support. You see, when we are training the teachers, we may not be doing it the right way to let them get innovative ways of doing it. But now that we also have technology advancing, suppose some of this content can be fed on computers, whether it is standalone or online, so that children interact with given scenarios through which they can be able to get to understand about sex education. You who are a bit older, who were adults in the 80s when HIV came, it was a topic that was like it is forbidden. But nowadays, as parents can be able to tell our children, like, take care of this, take care of this. Otherwise, we need to have parental involvement. We need to have teachers retrained, retooled, so that they can be able to share such. Then we can also have an approach where we may have peer education. Train children who can again train others. This way, that kind of stigma can go out. Thank you so much.
Wow. I think I love the last one. Yeah. Dr. Anita, please continue. Okay, Fanuel wants to talk.
Yes.
Ambassador?
Yeah. There's something that Dr. Ninda had even alluded to, and which also the previous speaker has just said, the part for technology. If we can have a platform where young girls and young women would go and learn about sex education, especially in instances where parents feel uncomfortable to speak about it to their children, don't you think we're also creating another problem? Because then it means that the responsibility to speak such pertinent issues to children is being left in the hands of someone who is not able to answer questions. Because then a platform is just giving one unidirectional, but then the child may not really have the ability to ask more questions, which means there's still a gap that we are creating. My children are still very small, but I'm just thinking when the time comes, they'll be confident enough to tell them and not to dedicate that responsibility to another person.
Thank you. Jackson?
Yeah, Doctor, I have some additional feeling here on that topic. Really quite salient. And we see in Uganda, for instance, most of the areas about sex education are captured in the reproductive system in our curriculum. So you find that the teachers take the biggest portion to talk about these issues of sex education related to the gender and the roles of the girls and boys, and knowing themselves mostly from schools, but being enhanced at a lower level in homes, because our parents sometimes also they fear talking to the children directly. Now, I want also to add my voice to the colleagues who have spoken earlier, that we may need now to encourage the clubs, like the sex clubs in the schools, but how do we make sure that this one is implemented globally? Probably we need to look at how we can integrate the curriculum, and we have all the curriculums across the board, element of sex education. And the other thing, which is now a fear, that even if we stop talking about sex education, there is artificial intelligence, the AI, which has come and has taken over. So you find that the children, even at younger age, they're exposed to these assistive devices, the phones, the tablets, and they're able to explore and exploit themselves more into some of those areas which we fear to talk about. It is quite a global case, which I think everyone should wake up, but we need to put it in our education curriculums so that we see that we implement. Otherwise, if we leave the children, the students to discover by themselves, they end up messing up. And that's why we see even a big number of school dropouts, the teenage pregnancies, early marriages have come up because we have quite a small responsibility on this sex education. Thank you very much. Back to you, Dr. Christine.
So, absolutely true that we cannot leave everything to the tools or some app to teach the children, and that cannot be regulated. And that comfort, AI cannot take the charge of a human compassion or human touch. It cannot replace that. And parents have to be comfortable to talk to their child. Until they are not, then the child will not be able to tell the problems they are going through. There are rising cases of child abuse, and when the neglect they have, depression, and so many problems are there. So first thing for the parents, I would like to say that be a best friend to your child first, then be a parent. Until you be a friend to your child, they will start hiding things from you, and in the end there will be a lot of problems. So be comfortable. Until you are not comfortable, then how a child will be comfortable? So be friend to your child. That will the first thing. So child,
Sorry, I've muted.
yeah, here. I would.
I've muted the person whose mic was on.
Okay, so basically, it's about like a child should be able to tell that I had this problem today in the school, or when the child is vulnerable, or even if a child is seeing some problem in a couple, like you are not, you are. I have an exam, very good example that one podcaster, she like it is on the podcast also, like she told like, yeah, very true. You are saying that once she and her husband had a fight, and they were sleeping in different room. And no, they were not sleeping in different room because of fight. They were sleeping in different room just because some food was spilled and bed sheet, and they were tired, so they didn't change. But a child was so comfortable with them that he came and asked, what happened? Are you having fight that you are sleeping in different rooms? So that child was so sensitive to pick up, and that was the comfort of the child. So that comfort should be there at least with one parent, and that is very important, because parents are the best teachers, best. Nobody can think much better than the parents for a child. A parent is the only person who will think a child that success more successful than me. Nobody else, not the teacher, not the friends. So you have to be comfortable. You have to break your own stereotypes that it is not good to talk about those things. Why? If you want children, they have to know about sex, then only children will happen. If And most importantly, the sex education, because right nowadays, unsafe sex, it's very like people, children at very young age are getting into the sex, and that unsafe sex and the pregnancies, and then all these things are abortions, these things are happening, which is very bad. So at least they should be aware about what is safe sex, so that they don't get into the diseases, and also the right appropriate age for the sex, that has to be told. So there is a age like at around 6 or 7 years of age, it is like the curious mind. A child is very curious, and also curious mind and risky hands, we can say, they start exploring their own body and others bodies. So that time their curious minds, we have to solve that, their what is going on their mind.
Mhm.
And they have to be taught what is right, what is wrong. So absolutely true. Like a media cannot take the apps cannot teach everything, but yes, uh, girls sometimes need safe space to talk about it. So there are, like, even we have an app like Ananya Grover, founder of the app. She has made an app about the menstruation. Many women go through, girls, they start having menstrual symptoms, premenstrual dysphoric disorder, and they are not able to tell. And in that there is a free therapy also and a community, because girls like to gossip anyways, and they talk and they vent out, their stress is relieved. So that safe community where they are not being judged is important.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
and now London School of Economics has come up with a plan of digital education, like digital sexual education in the comprehensive sex education, like what all should not be shown to the children and how it can be controlled, because that is more important now. So that has been presented to the United Nations by London School of Economics in June 2025. So which is implemented now, all the schools. Yeah. Next. Like once again, I want to know how much time we have. Yeah. First of all.
Well, we have, is it 30 minutes? Let's say 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next slide. So then there about the persistent hurdles which have been coming, we have seen in our country, and also most of the countries. It's like the implementation, the plans like DEI, like equality, SDG, everything, they look good on papers, but implementing them is difficult, definitely. And they are, most of the policies are on papers, and then from the paper to the community, reaching the community, it becomes like in the at times corruption, or it's not implemented, there's things come up. So despite the policy efforts, India has been facing a significant challenge to provide the equal education to achieve SDG 4, because the internet connectivity is not there in many of the villages, and nowadays e-learning access cannot be then there. Then the rural computer access is also difficult. So for that, government has come up with the plan to distribute the computers, but of course, it cannot be distributed to everybody, and so that gap remains. Uh, Anyone say?
No, I think we are okay. Just continue.
Then the pupil teacher ratio. There are very less number of teachers nowadays, and nowadays children are also going like as a career also, people take other careers as compared to the teacher, but they don't know a teacher is the one who makes everybody a IAS officer, doctor, or everyone. That teacher is the above everyone. So teacher pupil ratio is also decreasing, that there are a lot of students and teacher are very less. And then because the salary and other nowadays work from home and other startups have come up, in which the people are going instead of leaving their teaching jobs also. That is also one thing, that they can work from home and earn from digital media, and they can leave the home job and take care of their own house. So that ratio has been definitely a problem. So equality is not there in that. And gender and urban inequality is definitely in all the aspects. It's there in health sector also, in education also. And inadequate facilities in most of the schools. In some of the schools, in I have seen earlier that even the proper toilets were not there in far off villages, in remote villages. So how can you talk about the menstrual hygiene there when a proper toilet is also not in the school? So those things are being built up. Government is bringing up the change, but definitely change. Uh, One person cannot bring the change. Whole community has to come together. Teachers, school principals, citizens have to take the responsibility, and that's why the waste management and all those things. So cleanliness, hygiene is maintained. Next, you can do. So every child deserves a bright future, and to celebrate the education.
Sorry. I'll meet.
Uh,
Sorry.
I think it's over. Yeah, this one.
Okay.
You can put on the no. So then digital divide, like technology and lifelong learning for a changing world, is like that is I told like in I don't know about in many countries there must be some rural places, of course, the remote places where internet is not reaching and the learning is hampered because during COVID the schools were all work from home or online, and many students didn't have access to the internet. Even in my home, if a power goes off, maybe I lose access to the internet and I lose this webinar. At times it can happen. So that is a issue that comes up. And lifelong learn. So and most importantly, I still believe the basic life skills to be imparted in the school first, then only that will mean the quality education. And that has to be not only one time, it has to be continued process. When they go to the college, it's a different thing. In that they have to be taught about other things. So the quality education along with the mental wellness and the how they build up the resilience, what coping skills they can build up is very important to be taught to have a bright future, so they don't break down. The life is becoming like as a rat race and also a very competitive. So having a balanced mind and a balanced life is very important. And children from the childhood, they are very tender, but they learn very easily if you impart the good knowledge to them. So education is a catalyst for a sustainable future, persistent learning, and it can also be an answer to remove the poverty. Then, for educated people will definitely raise voices against the bias which is happening. If there is
Malala.
any health access, will be
Malala.
there.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, fine. Yeah. So emotional learning, relationship skills, all those things are more important first instead of teaching about the who is the health minister, prime minister, and which country's capital is which, because those things are not going to help a child in uh, dealing with the peers, with the friends, with the parents. And for parents, the key is to be friends to the children. My father has actually been the best friend to me from the childhood. So I have seen that. So I have always been very comfortable. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and that actually helps and it imparts empathy and it creates a very good bond also. It's not like you have to be there for the children every day, just at least one meal a day with the child. The quality time matters instead of giving them the expensive gifts.
Okay.
Yeah. So, next we can move on to another. Or else, if slides are not important, then I would like to like make it interactive more, whatever you
Yeah.
prefer.
Yeah, I think because we have a few minutes remaining, we can make it interactive. So do I stop sharing the screen so that we see the people in the house?
Yeah, sure. I will just like now talk about the main things.
Okay.
I hope it was okay.
Yeah. Anybody
Like
saying no? I don't think so.
you can like I did justice. Of course, this topic is huge that justice cannot be done within an hour or 40 minutes. So
We will talk. We will talk after this. We see if we can continue with the conversation next week. We'll
yeah,
talk with the
definitely
directors. Yes.
ready to raise awareness. I never say no. So definitely
Thank you, because
always.
it's so interesting, and I'm like, you are just trying to give just bits. In this room, we have people who can make a difference. So
Yes, everybody can make a difference. Everyone is a change maker, first
yeah.
of all. Everyone has a power to bring the change.
Mm.
And this I have actually seen recently, I got the Rex Karamveer Chakra Award where I saw a farmer bringing the change to the minister, to the everybody. They can bring the change. They are doing such big things. And
Yeah.
the empathy, power of listening. Even when you start listening, like we can make the gatekeepers.
Mhm.
Gatekeepers, as people help them to question, persuade, and respond with empathy. So
Mm.
everyone will be able to take care of the crisis situation. Everyone is a change maker and a gatekeeper.
Mm.
So every person is important. Everybody can bring the change. The degrees and all, nothing matters in that.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't need the huge education system or huge awards or huge money for to bring the change in the country. We just need to bring back the earlier respect, compassion, and love, humanity.
Okay.
All the SDGs will be achieved, which I believe. So,
Yeah. Thank you. In the meantime, I shared the Google link form. Please fill
uh,
the form for your certificates. Feel free to
and
fill the form.
tell few things mainly,
Mm.
which just believe like what all can be done. Like not the they are not in the regulations or not as the rules right now, not in the policy, but maybe if someone can take it up, so it will be good. Just few how much time like I can talk according to the
Yeah,
time or as
Dr. Loan Sai, ex-advisor's hand is up. Please unmute yourself. Yes.
Yes, a very good evening to everybody here. I'm Dr. Lab Singh,
sir.
and
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, Dr. Sadhana. It's wonderful to be here, part of the program, and I really agree with almost all your views on Sustainable Development Goal number 3 and 4. That is the education, quality education, and gender equity. In fact, as you rightly said, these goals are there is a very wide and very big subject, and on which I think the whole globally people are working on that, particularly United Nations and its components. UNICEF is also there. So basically, I also am passionate about all these goals, particularly from the point of view of technology.
Yes, sir.
So I just want to add that emerging technologies which are there these days, they have to be deployed to make a difference. As you rightly said about the social media and the availability of internet, then it's not there is a gap also. Like some people have that benefit of getting connected easily, and others, of course, they don't have the facility to connect also. So I mean, definitely we can empower people by deploying new technologies. And one more important point is that there has to be ethics in that. I mean, we have to use technologies by being by feeling more responsible. Responsibly, we have to use the technologies. Then only probably things can be made better, because social media now we can use for good purpose, also for even creating maybe people become uncomfortable with some of the posts on social media, so one has to use it responsibly. So I really enjoyed the whole episode which you have been spearheading, I would say, and I congratulate you particularly and the whole team which is organizing this program. And I look forward for listening more about this. Thank you so much, and please take care. Bye.
Thank you. And it's
Thank you.
Thank
really
you.
a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. I know at this time, what is the time in India now?
It's 11.
It's about 11:30, I think, 11:30 night.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you
So
so much for the
yeah.
sacrifice to sit here with us till
Uh,
the end. We
Thank you
don't
so
take it
much.
for granted. Yeah. Thank
I just
you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you
amazing to
so
see.
much.
It's very
And moreover,
knowledgeable.
I'm also member of GGAF, so
He
we
can
keep
contribute.
connected with Dr. Sudhana, and that the CEO and co-founder, ma'am, Mrs. Riza. So we keep on in touch, and we keep on contributing to the magazine also, like monthly magazine is there, no? So
Sir has
I write articles also on these issues, So it's a
Awesome.
wonderful to be here, Yeah.
Awesome. We also
Thank
have
you.
a digital magazine by the Global Alliance for Sustainability in Education. Would really want you to come in and put in your contributions because it
Yeah,
is free.
sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
you're welcome.
We'll definitely connect, and I will be happy to. It will be a privilege to be with you on this digital part of the technology, because I have been in telecom throughout my service. So
Wow.
and we have seen the evolution in the telecom sector as well, and how it has made a difference. In all the sectors, I would say. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much. Anybody else who want to say something? Any insight? Are you feeling anything? People from Ghana, I've not heard about you today. Ghana, Tanzania, South Africa, where are you? Dr. Sewe, I can see you want to say something. Just unmute yourself. Feel free to unmute yourself. Vincent, do
Network
you
has
want?
been so bad.
So sorry.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I just want to say something to do with the enhancement of the equitability and quality of education for our children by strengthening the gender responsibility system, safeguarding our children's rights, delivering age appropriate. You may find that the gender sensitive part of education, the main objective is to remove gender based barriers for learners. As we can see nowadays, the gender sensitive part of it in our cultural value, safeguarding our education environment, and lighting the matter of sanitation and the mechanism of entering into many policies for especially for the pregnant girls and the young mothers. African countries, during the olden days, the grandfathers used to educate these ladies on how they can behave themselves. Menstruation cycle health management programs like disability. In fact, part of disability, especially our girls who are suffering from epilepsy, most of the governments in Africa have not taken any initiative to make sure that these children are being taken care of. Disability inclusive education for girls and boys, it is an implementation matter which needs to be audited in all the African schools and even in all of the continent, because this thing is bringing a lot of problems, especially in community gender. We have to champion this thing through parents, faith-based leaders, youth, and children organizations. Especially when you go to the gender desk, most of in part of our country, Kenya, you may find that parents are not playing their role properly. When you visit this gender desk, mostly in the police stations, you'll find when you go to the children's offices, you find a huge lot of cases whereby these cases, child-centered comprehensive sexual education, are not being so much. They are not so much equipped with life-saving knowledge, while respecting culture and age. These core principles must be appropriately and medically tackled accurately, so that the rights of the children, especially those age group which were focused around 6 to 9, we must give them their parts, especially 10 to 14. We must educate them in their part. In poverty level, you may find that this hygiene, esteem, boundaries are really a complication factor, because our children are not getting sanitary pads, they are not getting hygiene. Secondly, right now, the matter of HIV/AIDS is a factor, and STDs. Now you find the age of 15 to 18 years, these children are not equally, their relationships are not equally safeguarded. So in my conclusion, I must say that in the rural and understanding areas of special focus, we must train teachers on sexuality education delivery in a manner whereby it is safeguarding their ethics in training and in governance, especially accountability, even in financing and some other objectives. Thank you very much, Madam, and all our visitors all over the world. I'm Dr. Sewe from Kenya, Siaya County.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Sewe. Anybody else? Dr. Aninda, you touched on very pertinent issues, aspects that everybody needs to hear about. Basically, because the educators in the room, the teachers in the room have to act like the fulcrum of transformation. Sustainable Development Goal number 4C, especially, highlights the urgent need to increase the supply of qualified teachers, especially in developing contexts. Teacher quality, digital pedagogy skills, and socio-emotional competence are central to resilience and recovery when it comes to matters of comprehensive sexual education, as you put it. It is important, as Dr. Asewe has just said, the teachers first. The teachers need to be retooled. Probably I went to school when nobody could talk about this. Then how am I going to talk about this to my students? So the teachers first before the children. That was very, very critical and very important. John Bosco, go ahead. John Bosco, you have a very long message here, if I can read. Thank you for the presentation. I like the slide on employability skills. We need to devise workable ways of increasing employability skills of all graduates, as most female graduates end up at homes more dependence on the males even when they have attained higher education. This should start early enough as the females mature. Yeah, that is true. I agree with you. Anybody else with an insight before we close today's session? You are invited. Remember, we are here because this is a platform that gives us an opportunity to continue learning. Sustainable Development Goal number 4 emphasizes on lifelong learning and future readiness. And so, as many as we are, thank you very much for accepting the call of lifelong learning. Because every day there is something special you are going to pick in each session that we carry on every Sunday. As we continue, please continue filling the Google form. The technical team is busy sending your certificates to your email addresses that you've input. So I believe some of you have already received your certificates and other certificates are on the way. So maybe as we continue thinking about what else, maybe let me ask this, Dr. Aninda, how can countries ensure that digital learning does not deepen existing inequalities, especially for rural and marginalized learners?
So for that, like countries can like leverage that the economical charges of the that only you are asking, like how can they achieve like reaching the people?
Yeah,
Can you
exactly. Yeah.
basically the countries can definitely in the internet plans can be the if there are high plan rates for schools for that things it should be free in the rural areas. And the educational material, definitely digital, should be made by the government, UNICEF, United Nations, so that can be shown in the NGOs, in the schools, in preschools, and like we have ASHA workers, Anganwadis, and healthcare centers where we can show that and it can impart the knowledge. And, anyways, I believe every conversation increases the knowledge. So no time is wasted. And so if in a waiting hall of a metro station also they play the knowledgeable video, that will definitely affect at least two people, not if whole community. So change begins with the one person and then it can create a ripple effect.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And how can education systems then move from measuring access to measuring meaningful learning outcomes?
So first of all, measuring meaningful learning, academic systems should stop counting about the ranks. Ranks don't matter at all. It is the life skills, because nowadays most of the occupations are also, they are based on creativity. Then the life skills are important. So ranks won't matter in the end. Like if you get 99% or 98%, it doesn't matter, or 80%. So the thing is, you should be and making your child all rounder, like in all the extracurricular activities also, it is very important to nurture your child's hobbies. If someone loves to dance, you have to nurture that. If someone loves to paint, you can nurture that. Nowadays these people are anyways earning more, but creativity is definitely very very important skill, and ranks don't matter at all. Ranks and titles are just for the name's sake. It's about how your emotional skills, how your coping skills, how resilient are you, is going to take you through the life.
Wow, thank you very much. So, my friends, don't send me your names and email addresses. The best thing to do is to fill the Google form. Just fill the Google form and all the information will be captured there. I also shared the ESD Global WhatsApp link. If you're not yet on that wall and you love to learn more about what we do in education for sustainable development, feel free to join the group. Just click on the link and you will be accepted when we are done with the meeting. Okay, anybody else with a question, with an insight as we get into the festive season, you're welcome. Sometimes I feel like there's a gap when I've not heard somebody from Ghana, South Africa. Where are you today, you guys? Ghana, South Africa, where are you today? I can't see you. Was it too late for you today? United Kingdom, Dr. Tina, are you here? USA, where are you? Okay, okay. Anybody else with an insight? My friend and sister Khadija Suleiman, maybe you can appreciate what we have learned today. Tell us what you've learned. What are you taking to your children, your students? What are you taking to your teachers as well? And what are you taking home today? Because every learning session should make a difference. Sorry for just handpicking you, Khadija.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I was about to raise my hand, not to share what I've learned today, but I wanted to appreciate you for creating this platform. Personally, I have learned so many things. I have learned so many things through the platform, and I'm looking forward to a wonderful year next year. And as for today's session, touched me as a teacher. I think we face so many challenges when it comes to, especially with our girls in schools. And I agree with the facilitator. It's something that people don't want to talk about it, especially in the villages. For the town people, they find it.
Oh, the internet is really failing us.
Yeah,
I really
I think
wanted to hear. She had started it. She
just
was saying it, and
yes.
the internet. I think, do you want to say something? Your mic is open. Irene? Dr. Irene, I presume. Irene? Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Anybody else? I don't want to close anybody outside. And so, our esteemed colleagues, educators, our guests, the guests who accompanied the main guests, we really appreciate you. This shows a lot of love. Thank you, Dr. Nida, for inviting them. And all members of the Global Alliance for Sustainability in Education, we want to appreciate you. Dr. Aninda, do you want to maybe conclude, say your final statements before now I can close the meeting?
Like, I'm really thankful to you, Ambassador Christine. You are really, really very kind and compassionate, actually. And also, I'm very grateful to Dr. Lab, sir. He is a very knowledgeable man, and I think next session you should keep with him. I would love to learn from him. He has a lot of knowledge and diverse, like for all the topics. So I'm thankful that he actually got the time to attend it and from his busy schedule, because he's always taking writing or lectures in other universities and working towards all this. So he is a best person to talk about this, I believe, because his articles, if you read, they are really very nice.
So
And he's very
what if you do what we call co-facilitation next Sunday, so that you take us to the end of the year?
yes, sure. Like, I will just check the date, and like if sir is comfortable, I will confirm.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You can ask sir if sir is available and what topic sir would like to.
Awesome. Thank you very much. We will invite more people to join us. So that means we will start the invitations early. And if each one of us comes with one or two people, we'll have the room full. This room can hold 300 people.
Yeah.
So yeah, this room can hold 300 people. So the GASE community, GASE team has paid for the Zoom meetings. So nobody pays, because we desire that everybody should not be hindered from getting what we are getting to better the world. Nelly, your hand was being raised physically. I don't know if you want to say something. Nelly Leitich, please unmute yourself. Nelly, did you want to say something? Because we don't want to close you out. Maybe something important you wanted to say. Okay, Dr. Akama, please prepare yourself to pray for us at the end. Yeah, and so as we bring today's session to a close, I would like us to pause, not to end the conversation, but to reflect on
I
its
will just
significance.
conclude.
Yeah.
Conclude. Yeah. So first of all, sustainability is not just a policy to write. It is more the capacity to build within the human spirit. It's not about getting the green earth back, because if our minds are barren, then earth being green is not going to help. So we have to nurture our minds, and that the inner compass, the human spirit, has to be nurtured first. That is more important. Then definitely earth will be greener, and our inner landscapes are to be nurtured and valued more. And the storytelling is a key to bring the change. And then I believe the systems thinking can be changed when all come together. Then systems can definitely change becomes unstoppable when people come together, definitely, when the communities come together and raise the voice. And also inner development, your inner compass is very important. The inner development which starts from the childhood, about all the moral educations and all, which is getting away these days. And nurture your mind, take care of your mind, and even for the teachers, for you all, because you all cannot pour from the empty cup. So before taking care of the sustainable goals, you have to take care of your own self. That is more important. And in the world where everyone is screaming for the solutions, the only solution is the empathy, a listening ear. It can save a life, it can turn a life around, and it can change everything. So I want to say that, and also that education is the key to change, and we are not just training the machines or robots that have to do the things. Anyways, artificial intelligence has come to replace all the jobs, but the emotions cannot be taken up by artificial intelligence. They cannot replace. So the human touch has to be there. So that is the thing. And diversity, equity, and inclusion should not only be on the papers. We all should be an ally for everybody, like LGBT. I am a big LGBT advocate that people start asking me if I'm a lesbian. So, but, and I believe that everyone has a equal rights.
Okay.
And the
Yes.
neurodiversity also is the Bangalore airport is the first airport for to be the neurodiverse. They have made all the games, all the visuals like that. So it's very important.
Wow. Thank you very much. This was really very insightful, as Dr. Labo is saying. And friends, today we have been reminded of very many things. It's as if Dr. Aninda has been attending all the sessions through and through since we started in 2023, because basically she touched on everything. I didn't expect her to talk about AI, but see, she has mentioned AI, and there's a time we were dealing with AI, green schools. She actually touched on basically everything. There is a word that she said that we really needed to hear. And bringing in the aspect of comprehensive sexual education, I think that is an area that we have not dealt into, and now we need to hear about this more. And so today we were reminded that education is actually more than a sector in our lives. It is the foundation upon which every sustainable future is built. So whatever you're doing, wherever you are, whatever you are taking part in, you are very significant. So through the insights that have been shared, we saw it clearly that Sustainable Development Goal number 4 is the engine that drives all other sustainable development goals, shaping equity, health, economic opportunities, environmental stewardship, peace, and all the others. We also confronted the important truth that access is not enough. We need to have quality, we need to have equity, we need to have relevance, and values must, it is a must, that values must sit in the heart of education. Very, very important. Technology, data, and innovation, when guided by purpose, can amplify impact. But when left unchecked, of course, they can deepen inequality. The responsibility, therefore, lies with us. We have the opportunity to collaborate with our governments at whatever level. Let us do our best to ensure that this happens in our countries. And so at GASE, we believe that learning must move from policy to practice. If you read the magazines that we share, please read, if possible, from page to page. The digital magazines, don't, you know, I think the director showed us how to open the magazines. Ambassador Fanuel, I don't know if you have the link of the latest magazine, the December edition, you can share with us so that those who've not opened the magazine can have an opportunity of opening the magazine after this meeting. And so may the insights from today guide your work, inform your decisions, and inspire action in wherever you are doing, in your institutions, in your classrooms, in your communities, And as we step into the new year, may we continue to build education systems that are human-centered, future-ready, and sustainable. And so let me hand over the meeting for closure to Ambassador Fanuel Ondele, and then Dr. Akama can pray for us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Christine. Dr. Aninda, I'm looking for that link. Hopefully I can share it before we close. Thank you so much for the great insights that we have learned as educators and enthusiasts of sustainable development. Well, it's been a great year. I know we still have another Sunday, but thanks everybody who has taken their time to just listen. I know the beauty of knowledge is not just in listening, but turning it into the practical dimension. So thank you so much. I'll be sharing the link to our digital magazine. We've done 2 editions and we're looking forward to a great year in 2026. So we upscale it so that we feature great insights about sustainable education. And we believe that everybody will have a chance. You can have a chance to contribute as a columnist. And also if your institution also needs a visibility, we will also ensure that we give it maximum visibility through it. So thank you so much. I know there's someone who is supposed to pray, right? But for me, thank you. Let me get the link before we finish.
I've gotten the one for December. I've shared.
Awesome. Nice. Thank you.
Visibility, okay, I will talk to Ambassador Christine later.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Just in the end also, like as we enter 2026, so attaining sustainability is also there, but we should embrace normality is a myth. Everyone is imperfect and embrace all our flaws, love ourselves, and we are together with. I would love to join with the guests that you are doing such a wonderful work and learn from your sessions, and definitely join them in future also. It's really great. Future is something we all have to create together.
Thank you.
And I would love to join in. I will be part of the group and definitely love to learn from you.
Awesome. So people have requested for the link, the WhatsApp link I've shared again. The link to the Google form I've shared again. What you're going to do, just copy the link and put it somewhere in your WhatsApp so that you can check it later. So those 3 links are very important. Just copy them and have them with you. Thank you. Dr. Kama, please.
Thank you, Ambassador Christine. Thank you for everybody who has participated. Can we believe and pray? Heavenly Father, we give you glory. We thank you for this successful meeting and for the wisdom that has been shared. Thank you for every speaker and participant. We commit our well-being, may it be mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual, into your hands. Help us to apply what we have learned in ways that promote sustainability, compassion, and positive change in our lives and communities. Grant us the wisdom, the unity, and strength as we move forward. Lord, we are coming to the end of the year. Give us your grace. Give us sufficient energy and education to continue educating our people. As we depart, go with us, give us peace, and guide our steps. In your name, we trust and pray.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much. Yes, sir.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, people, and enjoy the Christmas. And remember to celebrate my birthday on the 24th.
It's your birthday on 24th?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Thank you so much. Love you so much, all of you. Just feel appreciated, feel wanted, feel like we are a family. God bless you and bye.
Wonderful to interact with everybody. Everyone is doing a good job.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot.
Next week, please bring everybody. I know people will be busy traveling, but please don't miss next week. We'll have greater insights. Thank you.